My name is Emily today. When people hear my name, they add a title before it. Officer, Madam. IAS, they stand up when I walk into a room. They lower their voices. They listen. But there was a time when no one listened to me at all. Before I became anything in this world, I was just a girl from a village, one among many, invisible, ordinary, hopeful. In a way only innocence can be. My village was small. So small that everyone knew everyone else's name, business, and mistakes. The roads were dusty, the houses modest, and dreams limited. Girls were taught how to adjust, not how to aspire. Still, I dreamed quietly, the way village girls do, without saying it out loud. I believed life would be kind if I was kind. I believed love would protect me if I loved honestly. That belief changed everything. He came from the city. He was different. His clothes were clean, his words polished, his confidence loud. He spoke about life as if he had already lived many versions of it. When he talked about the city, it felt like listening to a storybook, bright lights, big roads, endless possibilities. When he looked at me, he made me feel seen. He told me I was special. He said my simplicity was beautiful. He promised marriage, a future, respect. He promised a life beyond the narrow lanes of my village. I never learned to doubt. So I believed. I gave him my heart slowly, carefully, like someone giving a broken glass, saying, "Please don't break it." Our love affair blossomed. One night, my father and mother had to stay near the field for farming. That night, he came to me, and we slept in the same bed. He gave me a glass of milk to drink. Then I don't know what happened. When I woke up in the morning, I didn't have any clothes on my body. We were covered with the same bedsheet. Then I asked him what happened. He had fallen in love somehow. But love makes us brave in the wrong way. When I realized I was pregnant, my hands trembled. I was scared, but somewhere inside me, there was also hope. I thought this would make him stay. I thought love would become responsibility. I told him. He went silent. His eyes avoided mine. His voice changed. He said it wasn't the right time. He said he needed space. He said he would return after fixing things. Never came back. Days passed. Then weeks. Then months. I waited like someone waits at a closed door, convinced it will open if she waits long enough. It didn't. When my parents found out, I saw disappointment on my father's face that hurt more than any slap could have. My mother cried quietly, torn between love for me and fear of society. In our village, a girl's honor was heavier than her life. One evening, my father said softly, "You cannot stay here anymore." No shouting, no argument, just a sentence that erased my place in the world. I packed a small bag. I touched my mother's feet. She cried but said nothing. Silence became my farewell. I walked out of my home carrying a child in my womb and fear in my chest. That night, the railway station became my shelter. I sat on a cold bench under flickering lights, surrounded by strangers who didn't know my story and didn't care. Trains arrived and left. People hugged, laughed, argued, lived. I cried, not quietly. I cried like someone whose entire life had collapsed. That's when I noticed him, an old tea seller. His back was bent, his hands rough, his voice tired. He watched me for a while, then came closer and asked gently, "Beta, what happened?" Something about his kindness broke me open. I told him everything. He didn't judge me. He didn't blame me. He didn't lecture me. He simply said, "You are not alone." That night, he took me home. His house was small, one room, one stove, one window. But it was warm in ways my own home hadn't been that night. He treated me like his daughter. He brought me food before eating himself. When my labor pains began, he ran through the streets asking for help. When my daughter was born, I cried not from pain, but from relief. I named her Arohi because she was my climb, my reason. My second chance life after that was not kind, but it was honest. I worked wherever I could, cleaned houses, helped shops, did small jobs, studied whenever my daughter slept. There were days when I failed, days when I wanted to collapse, but I didn't, because Arohi needed me. I learned that strength is not loud. It is waking up every day, even when you don't want to. It is choosing hope when despair feels easier. Education became my rebellion. While the world wanted me to stay small, I decided to grow. Years passed, failures came, rejections came. People laughed. Some said, "Know your limits." I kept going because I had already survived worse. When I finally cleared the IAS exam, I didn't scream. I didn't celebrate loudly. I sat quietly and cried, not for success, but for the girl who once cried at a railway station and refused to die. One day, the past returned. He stood in front of me, older, regretful, afraid. He apologized. He said he had changed. He asked me to come back. I looked at him calmly, and I said no, because the woman I had become did not belong to the man who abandoned the girl I was. I chose myself. Today, I live with my daughter. She is strong, confident, and proud. She knows her story not with shame, but with courage. This is not a story of hatred. This is a story of a woman who refused to be destroyed. If you are reading this and feel broken, remember this: your worst day does not decide your destiny. Your past does not own you. And sometimes, the people who leave make room for the life you deserve. My name is Emily, and I rose. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me. I will be back soon with more stories to help you learn English. Take care and remember, you are strong, you are brave, you deserve love and respect. See you next time.